look here at Caleb Williams. He's fourth in the NFL in passing touchdowns this season. It's the Caps and the Orbits, and it comes your way next.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? Started on EA Sports. Our football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate Scott, Brock Hewitt here with you as we get set for a division rematch. Brock, one side seeking the sweep, and the other some revenge after how the first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds contempt.
It breeds contempt. Yeah. These teams don't like it. They can fake it. They can say all the right things in the papers. They don't want any bold material. But the fact is, you know your division foes better than anybody, and they know you. And that familiarity does bring a little extra heat into this matchup.
Michael Dixon with the honor of getting us started. And we're off from Columbus. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So out comes their for its first possession of the game. A motivated player coming off an injury, one of the game's straight ahead, here's Cook. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here. What he was able to do in support of that win. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 29. This is caught by Isaiah Likely. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
On first down, here's Burrow. Searches. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
He keeps it and takes off. And he slides to a stop after a great run, but still not quite enough for that first down. Third and just 2 to go. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And he's only going to get down to the 47 on a short gain. Only a yard that time. It forces 4th and 1.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, that just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Here's Riley Dixon on now for the punt on 4th down. He was only needed twice this week, and he gets this one away. And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And leading them out to the #1 overall pick in this year's draft out of USC, a player with immense promise, Caleb Williams.
Caleb was one of the most hyped prospects ever out of college football, and I'm not speaking out of turn or any hyperbole there. It's why he was the #1 pick. And you put on his highlight reel, Kate, you can put that highlight reel against anybody the last 50 years. The way that he creates and extends plays, the ways that he can run and still sling it totally off platform and off balance all over the field. He also does it with a flair an eccentricity that is unique and really not common coming into the league as well. A superstar in the making.
And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Well, as we see the names populating this injury report, partner, we recognize they've had to do some adjusting over the course of the season as key contributors have gone down.
And this, right here, this is where fan favorites and surprise superstars are born, Kate. From guys having to step in as a result of these injuries. You never root for players to miss time and go down, but you'll always root for the guys filling in, who are getting their shot to make their name and contribute when it really matters.
Third down, here's Williams. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he wisely avoided contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. They get 13 on the pickup, and that'll give them a first down.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
First down, Williams. Completed to Davis. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. That was Devondre Campbell making the tackle. Second down now, 7 to go. A give right side to Connor. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3. It's Connor again. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Williams to throw on first. Davis there to grab it. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They'll take that kind of passing from the rookie out of USC. He gets him the first. Williams from the gun. He's on the move. He takes it himself. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Right back to Connor. And he's brought down for a loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him add a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you could just see language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
4th and 3, drive on the line. To throw is Williams. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. The Orbits and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And he's been one of the best at leading an offense this season. As you can see, he's at 2nd in the NFL right now in touchdown passes. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Burrow from the gun. He had it forward, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. So it'll be 2nd down. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Burrow out of the shot. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
This finds Likely. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time, chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Cook trying this one up the gut. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Into the hands of Terry McLaurin. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. 3rd and just 2 to go. This is Cook. And he's going to be at the 35-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play, and it'll give him a first down. They're set up at the 35 now. First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Finds his man. It's Javon Baker. And he's out of bounds just inside the red zone. That play good for 17 on a first down.
That is what elite offense is all about. Why worry about 3? You need only 1. Move the chains and keep driving that defense backwards.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there.
And the key word there that you said is because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals are cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Orbits will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now this offense getting set to work here. They liked how that drive was going, but the ending, the turnover on downs, yeah, that's something they'll try to rewrite on this series. First down throw by Williams. Getting out to his left. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the hits just keep coming for them on the play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Connor trying the right side. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. So we're through 1 quarter of this AFC East contest. Neither side separating much so far. Back with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back. We're all set to start the second. Offense already out to resume its drive. They'll need something big here to start out. It's 3rd and long. Buys time, rolling right. Now here he goes.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
So 4th down, and the big-legged Michael Dixon out to punt. And this is the first time he's been called on today. He's got this at the 27. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Orbits are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as he continues lighting up the stat sheets this season, we can see he's still chasing one man for the NFL lead in passing yardage. Drive starts with an option, right side. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Handoff headed right. It's Cook. No one around. He's got space. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll give him a 1st down.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 48. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. He's on the move. Oh, he's gonna run for it. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Well, I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs.
First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Burrow. He's got this complete to James Cook. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. Working inside the red zone. That's into the hands of Franklin. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Now a give to Johnson, coming right. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Throwing is Burrow. Connects with Cook. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They hit him for 5 yards on 4th down and get the successful conversion. Looking to throw, Burrow. And the connection made in the end zone. Touchdown. The Orbits pull that in front further, 13-zip. It's a Troy Franklin touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about it. You are declaring defense. Other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Aubrey good on the point after. And the Orbits double their lead to 14. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Devontae Turpin on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Oh, hang on there. Hang on a moment. Looks like we've got an injured player on the kick return. They're going to check on him now. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Williams. Finding Davis. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to 37. Pickup of 12 on that play. And they'll have 1st down. Going with Connor here. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Nate Hobbs in on that stop. They'll come to the line here. 2nd and 9. Connor here from the gun. Broke through the tackle. And they'll get him down after he gets to the 48. 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry a-coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going right through.
And they'll manage to contain him after a 6-yard pickup. Benford up to make that stop. Working from the gun, Williams. He gets it to Juwan. Out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. 1st down, ball at the 36. Williams set to pass. Throw left side, caught by Davis. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And it sets up 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
The 1st down carry for Connor. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
On 2nd down, a run with Connor. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains. That is one disheartening look on that defense.
He's into the end zone. Touchdown! The Cavs start to fight back with their 1st points of this game. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Extra point try is good by McManus. And the Caps chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Orbits and Troy Franklin headed back to the field on offense. And after the drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Burrow. This is hauled in by McLaurin. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Columbus. And it's the Orbits who have 1st and 10. Burrow setting to throw. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
Oh, man, those defensive players hate slippery quarterbacks. Near impossible to keep them hedged in or corral them behind the line there. You've aids them long enough to turn a potential loss into positive yardage.
Out down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10. Now Burrow. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a 1st down was just a run away. Get now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Burrow back to throw. This throw is caught. He has the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Orbits double their lead to 14. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. The Caps and running back James Conner headed back to the field. And with all their timeouts remaining, Brock, they may be able to put a little something together here before halftime. 1st down, Williams. Connects with Johnson. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing it into coverage. Sometimes, when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
It's a gain of 22, and that gives them the 1st.
Good offense. Kate, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where you can make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Williams to throw on 1st. Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Oh, this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. They need some extra time to think over 3rd and long. We've got a timeout. Williams from the gun. Escapes the pocket. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here. Let's try the field goal right now. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Now here's Williams. Completed to Davis. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. Offense letting the clock reach 3 seconds as they take the timeouts, and they can try a field goal now before halftime. And the kick by Folk is good. And that'll get him back to 11. That brings us to the break. The Orbits taking a lead into the visiting locker room. Now we'll get you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to deliver the EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window. to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. Both these teams making their way out of the tunnel, and we're ready for the second half. And for the call, we send it back to Kate Scott and the other blonde bomber, Brock Huard.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Turpin with a return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Caps and this running back headed back out for a new series. And the running lanes, and they've been hazardous. Not quite the decorated collection of highlights from him that we're going to look at here. Those big plays, the explosive runs where he leads an offense, just haven't been there for him in this one. Running to start this drive with Connor. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And hang on, everyone. We've got an injured player, and you absolutely don't want to see this. James Conner, the one banged up after that play. Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Evans straight ahead. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. Big gain, 14 on the play. And they're going to have a first down.
Well, I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get the critical first down.
They'll cobble together a yard there. That was Devondre Campbell making the tackle. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Pressure comes, Williams. That's going to be caught by Evans. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it. You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw, almost an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference. Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Has this at the 6. Oh, he's shown some burst on this return. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The visitors and James Cook making their way back out on offense now. And he's been carrying a great campaign now into the heart of this season. He's hitting top 5 in rushing yardage. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Play action now. Burrow. Bails out of the pocket quick. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. Burrow from the gun. He's on the move. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down. Punt team headed out for the Orbits. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. The Caps back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Connor on the inside give. This is ahead for about 5. Nick Herbig making the play. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Williams on the play action. Connects on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him play. And that'll be a first down. Shotgun handoff to Connor. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Hey, these are the type of games he's counted on to get when they're available. Unfortunately, we had tremendous vision to see the seam and get through that window could close.
And he could only get a lone yard. Took a couple to haul him down near the line.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play opening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And they get this down to the 28. They'll come up 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And they have contained right at the line. DJ Wanham gets there to haul him down. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Straight ahead, it's Connor. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. That was Devondre Campbell making the tackle. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down. To throw, Williams. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. Ball on the right hash, 48 yards out. And the kick by Folk is good. And that gets them back in 5.
Listen, all he could do is make the kicks he's called out there to make. They need extra points from him, but for now, well, he's able to handle his 3rd field goal of the game and just inch them a little bit closer.
Fielded at the 7. This return makes it up to the 25. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Burrow out of the shotgun. You know, it's great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up. Here's Burrow. He's on the move. He's running for it. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stops. On now comes their punter. Riley Dixon, the one to kick it away. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. He fields this at the 18. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The home teams returning their offense and running back to the field. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. First down throw by Williams. Complete side to Smith. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll give him a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. Dump off caught by his back. And this one doesn't go far.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
This dude's just simply goes for the marker no matter how they... Okay, hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Working from the gun, Williams escapes the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
These quarterbacks are so good with their clock in their head between the tackles. But you get outside the pocket, and you've got to have that same ability. If you hesitate for a second, the defenses with their speed at this level, they'll find a way to bring you to the ground.
And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain. We'll see what they come up with for third down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's their ball to begin the fourth, and though they trail, this game's still within reach. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Williams will look to throw. He's on the move. Oh, he's keeping it again. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll give him a first down. Connor trying the right side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. It's Connor again. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first. Now Williams. Renfro on the catch. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on third down. Blitz coming for Williams. This will be cut by Connor. And he drives this forward to the 6. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Trying to run it in, Connor. And he drives it forward for a modest gain. He gets him 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd and goal.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Caps take a 4th quarter lead. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
They want to run it across. And he's into the end zone. Really smart call here in the 4th. Now a field goal would only tie this game. Well, that right there, a very important 2-point conversion, Brock. Their lead now up to 3. A field goal would only tie this one.
Yeah, that was pretty easy on that one, right? You know what it does. It puts you up 3 and forces a field goal on the other side. But I'll tell you what else I like there, Kate. It's psychology. Puts a little seed of doubt on that other side. Maybe if you come into this moment later in the game, and certainly an injection of confidence for your offense that they can deliver in the clutch.
And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. And you may as well call him a constant headache that this defense has had to deal with all game long. I mean, the game plan to slow down his passing work, but it's been his rushes that have really broken the spirit of this defense. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Finds the in route complete. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it'll give him a 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st down, Burrow to throw. And the 1st down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Gun handoff now to Cook. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Burrow to the air now. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Punting unit out now. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. This one's headed for the sideline, and out. We'll get the mark. They say it's at the 9 where it crossed. This defense headed out as we get a look at their running back. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. 1st down, Williams. Davis there to grab it. Rolling into enemy territory. Along the right sideline, there's space. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Caps making a 9-point advantage. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
McManus on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Caps make it a 10-point ball game. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Here comes their offense out again. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Burrow setting up the play action. He rolls to his right. Now here he goes. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Looking to throw, Burrow. Into the hands of Likely. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 44. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now Burrow. Got his target, it's Baker. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Play action now, Burrow. That one complete, right side. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Offense in the hurry up here. To throw again, it's Burrow. Able to get it to Franklin. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. On 1st down, here's Burrow. Cook pulls it in. And they bring him down. Looks like he's back to the 27. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 2nd and 3. Hits his running back. And he's tackled for a short gain. Offense up to the line fast. Knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls him back within 1 score here in the 4th.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
Turpin with a return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The home teams and Caleb Williams running out for their next drive. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. He's got Smith. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that. And they'll have 1st down. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Columbus. Caps leading by 7. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Running this with Connor. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Right back to Connor. And he'll advance this down to the 38 on that run. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. Third down, Connor gets it. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. And right away we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
The best kickers I've been around here over the last few decades, they relish these moments. They know the hard work all their buddies on offense and defense have done. When they can make it a 2-score game and be clutch when it matters, these are the moments they live for.
He's stopped on the return at the 27. Now after that return, we've got an injured player getting some assistance as we momentarily step aside. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. They've got to keep moving quick here. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses. Put a gold star on the grade sheet for that defensive coverage, even with plenty of time to throw it. That defense never gave the QB a lane to complete it.
Desperation time here on 4th. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. The home teams and Gabe Davis ready to go to work again offensively.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And they take not just the victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one, as they finish off the sweep of their division rivals. And with Brock Ewart and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Caps, and we'll see you next time from Columbus.